Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial that I'm going to be showing you. So as you can kind of see from times past when I made a health bar and I got my character, I got my little mini map. So I've done a couple tutorials in here for you guys. You can if you want to reference to see the words and the decal and the health bar and the mini map, go back and check those out. In this one, we're going to be doing blueprinting. We're actually going to be doing some coding. So let me go ahead and make a new folder first. We're going to call this blueprints folder. So that way any new blueprints we want to make, we can throw them right in there. Alright, so we're going to start off by right clicking in here, and then we're going to create a new blueprint class with an actor as the parent class. And we're going to call this blueprint Powerup. So that way we can make a Powerup and your character is able to do different things. So we'll create other videos of different power-ups that we make, but for now this is just the starting point. So make a power-up and then drag and drop it here. Alright, so as you can see, your viewport is where your item would be, but in this case we won't need one. Your construction script is, say you want to change something before we start, which I will get to that in just a minute. I think your event graph is where your things start out, your actual coding. But for now, we're going to add a function because this is just the main power-up, so it's going to need to be activated through other power-ups from the child classes. So we're going to call this function activate. And here, you're going to activate your power-up, and you're going to put destroy actor. And as why is because on your activate, right here, basically what this does is when you activate the power-up, then it will destroy the item when you pick it up. And that's generally what it's supposed to do. Okay, so we compiled and saved that, and now into the regular event graph. What you're going to need, you're not going to need a tick because it's not a timed event, and begin play, it's not really from begin play. This is basically to make it easier for all the other power-ups you are going to make. This is just a starting point. So event actor, which is the power-up, begin overlap. So what do you want to cast it to? We want to cast it to third person character, so that way we can use it, right? And then your other actors can connect to your object. And then now, what's the next part? Okay, so we're going to drag off the executive pin. The next thing that it's going to execute is it's going to activate the function we just made, the power-up. Now, here's the problem though. You try to drag this third-person character wire over here to target, and it says BP third-person character object reference is not compatible. So, what do? Okay, so you click back on your activate here, and you make another input pin. This one right here. Now, you're going to rename this to character, so that way you can make this thing work. And then, what do you got to do? Instead of a Boolean, you want to make object reference to your character so that your character can then be linked up here. Okay, so now your character will when you pick up the power up, it'll cast it to your person, and then it will activate whatever power up that you pick up. And that's the idea there. And again, on the activate, this part is specifically for the you activate it, so by picking it up, and then it destroys what you make. Alright, so that one's good now. So let's go ahead and create a child class here. So we're going to right click on BP Powerup, and instead of making a new one, we're going to go to the top of the blueprint class action and create a child blueprint class of the Powerup. So we're going to call this blueprint child, let's see. Yeah, child component, I think. Hold on. Child class. That's why I call it BPCC. Okay. blueprint child class. So that way you can kind of see what it is, and then you're also going to name it what thing it's coming from, which is a power up. So we're going to call this power up, and then we're going to make a double jump feature. So double jump. Okay, so now you click on your child class, and it opens this thing up again. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to add first, we're going to stack 2 cones on top of each other in your viewport here. All right, and you're going to drag one up a little bit, and then you're going to click on both of them, and instead of resizing it or whatever, all you got to do is move the location so that way it's off the ground. See, as you can see that there's no lines in it now. Okay, so now do we want to keep it plain Jane, or do we want to change the color? That's the next thing we're going to do. So in the construction script here, this is kind of like the code that would lead you to the action or before the thing begins even. So pretty much say you want to change the color, which is what we're going to do here. You're going to pull off of this parent construction script, and you're going to look up set vector parameter. I'll tell you exactly what it says here. Okay, set vector parameter value on materials, and then you're going to choose cone, you know, because that's the up here. That's the items we chose in the components section over here on the left. And so, okay, we got 1 cone, but we still need our 2nd cone, right? So we're going to pull it in from the components onto the graph here. And we're also going to link that to target on the set vector parameter value on materials. And then, okay, it still hasn't changed yet because this is what's going to change the color. So the parameter name needs to be color. So that way it will change color. And then the parameter value you can change depending on what color you want it to be. So in this case, I want it to be green. So on the Y, we're going to put 1. And then we're going to compile, save, go back over to viewport. It should be green. There you go. So you got a green power up now. Okay. Now the next thing that we're going to need to do is we are going to need to make another function. You remember over here on power up, again, we made this activate function. So now we're going to come back over here, and on the top of functions there's an override button. You can go all the way to the top where it says activate VP power up, and now you got your parent activated, and it's going to tell your child class what to do. So in this case it's a double jump, so we want to set the max jump. So set max jump count. So basically this makes it where now instead of a single jump, once I pick this up, it allows me to double jump. And then you're going to link the execute over to your parent. Your character is going to be your target, and then your jump max count, instead of 1, it's now going to be 2. So update that. Alright, so now we're going to come back over here to event graph. We're going to click on our cone and our cone 1, and we're going to come on our details panel on the right side of the event graph here. Now that you've clicked on your cones from the components, by control left click with your mouse, and you can literally do one or both, or however you want to do that. And then so you have those both clicked. Now on your details panel on the right side, you're going to scroll down till you hit collision, right? Right now in the collision presets it says block all dynamic, which in that case it will not pick up anything. So what you want to do is you want to change the block all dynamic to overlap all. So this allows you to pick up the power up. All right. And so now we've got that all locked in. Your double jump count and your color of your power up, right? Which you can see here. Alright, so let's go back to our map and test run this, make sure it runs properly. So I'm going to drag this into the map now somewhere. Okay, so let's just drag it there. And then I'm going to do a test run. I'm going to show you that I can only do a single jump, but after I pick it up, I should now be able to double jump. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, so as I run, as you can see, I can't really go very far. You know, I can kind of jump, but I can't, you know, because I can't, if I press spacebar, you know, more than once, this is as high as I'll go, right? Okay, so let me go over and grab that power up now. Why is my guy running so funny? Alright, so now I should be able to pick this power up, as you can see. Alright, and then now I should be able to run over here, and I should be able to jump right on top of this here. See? And there is my double jump. So if I go, 1, 2, 1, 2, I can keep myself in the air a little while longer. So that is the tutorial for now, and we'll be back later with more how-tos on making power-ups, but that's just a start for you guys on making a double jump power-up. And there will be other ones like say your health, like a max heal, or like a max shield, or a certain amount of health picked up or whatever, you know. But as you can see, it doesn't take very much, but as long as you know what you're doing, then it works. And you saw that it was able to be picked up, and now my character is able to double jump after picking that up. Again, I can show you the start before we wrap this up. Again, right now, I can only single jump because I haven't picked up the power up, right? And I'm pressing the space bar twice, you know? It's not doing anything. It's literally just doing it the one time. Now, if I come back over here and pick this power up, then there you go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Woohoo! And 1, 2. And I wasn't able to get up here before, but now I was able to. So, hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial on making a double jump power up. And I will be back with more once we get more power ups to make. Thank y'all for checking this out.